Hey guys, welcome back to a new leap of faith. My name is Dylucke and today we're playing some Tyranny. Now this game just released today and I would really love to thank Paradox and Obsidian Entertainment for providing me with a key. I wouldn't have been able to do this otherwise. So I'm just gonna show you guys a few things about the game because this game it's huge. It has a lot of stuff in it. So we are just gonna hit new game here and I'll show you a bit of the character creation. So also I'll show you the settings right here. You have the difficulties, which go from story mode difficulty, which is basically just focusing on the storyline, all the way up to Path of the Damned, which is really hard. Then you also have expert mode, which removes some of the things that make the game a little bit easier, as well as Trial of Iron, which is, well, it's like an added difficulty. It doesn't make the game harder per se, but it gives you more of a challenge by, for example, if you have a party member that dies, then he stays dead. You cannot revive him whatsoever, he's just dead. So you can never get him back, or it's just like the Iron Man mode in XCOM. If you lose a party member, he's dead forever. It's exactly like that. So it's pretty awesome. You also only have one save. So if you fuck up that save, then yeah, if you lose party members and stuff, then you're gonna have a bad time in that mode. We're just gonna go for the normal difficulty here. It doesn't really matter for the character creation. So here we are in the character creation, and right off the bat we get to choose our gender, stuff like that, our builds, if we want to be a big strong guy or just a medium strong guy or a wimp, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how they would name those body types, but yeah. Let's just go with this. The appearance stuff is all kind of self-explanatory. You can also pick a portrait. You can even go as far as pick a female portrait for your male guy if you so want it to do that. Yeah, let's just pick this. Let's pick this. This guy looks cool. And then we get to pick our history. Now this is gonna be partly important for your character itself, as well as some of the backstory. So, for example, if we chose soldier, then we would get a bonus to great swords and stuff like that. If we went lawbreaker, then we would probably get some bonuses to subterfuge and stuff like that. If we were a guild apprentice, then yeah, you get the picture, I guess. We're going for war mage, however, and we are going to pick our primary expertise here, which is your primary way of fighting. You have two ways of fighting. You can pick your primary one here, and then you get to pick your secondary one next. I'll show you in a second. We are going for shock spells here, because I like lightning and stuff like that. And then we are going to go for some frost spells. Seems like a nice combination of things. So my main stuff is all shock spells, and then the secondary stuff is gonna be frost spells. This is kind of cool actually, because I made another character before recording this, and I didn't play it that much, but it actually has a greatsword, and a secondary is his javelin, so he can go ranged if he wants to, but he's better in melee. So yeah, you can basically customize your character a lot that way. I really like it. This is one of the best parts I've seen in any character creation. You get to pick how you want to start. You can go for a quick start if you don't give two flaming hoots about it. But you can also go for the conquest start. What this means is that you get to pick a few choices, and according to those choices, you kind of shape the story itself, which is really cool. So we are gonna show you the conquest start here. So here we are in the conquest screen, and basically it says that your decisions matter, blah blah blah. It has a lot of effect on the world, so be sure that any choice you pick is the one you want to make. So I'll show you. We have two choices here. We can either go for the Gates of Judgment, or we can go for Infiltrate the Tears. If I click any one of these, it'll give us a few choices, but then it means you wouldn't have been at the other one. So for example, if we are at the battle for the Gates of Judgment, then we wouldn't have been at Infiltrate the Tears. That makes sense, of course, because you can't split it up. So we're gonna go for the Gates of Judgment here. And then you get these two icons. The first one is for the Disfavored, which is basically like a small elite army. And the second one is the Scarlet Chorus, which is a massive horde of mostly untrained soldiers, I'd say. So we are gonna pick the Disfavored here because I like the Disfavored. I like, well, not being an elitist or anything, but I like having a small army fighting a huge army. That sounds more appealing to me. So it has a lot of story here and there. And as you see, it flips over the two icons right there, and it gives you two new ones. So you can pick more choices here. Judge the enemy or feeding the host. We are gonna go for judge the enemy. So enslave the enemy, conscript the enemy. I'd rather enslave them. I'm not that cruel that I want to murder them all, so yeah. There we go, we took the city. So now that's part of our history. And it's actually gonna matter. All of this is gonna matter, and that's why I like it so much. But this is basically the character creation, and that's all I wanted to show about the character creation. So yeah, let's head into the real game right now. So here we are in the world of Tyranny. Now you might notice the graphics aren't like your 2016 sparkling graphics, but that's not really the point of this game. This game is all about fun as well as the story. The characters, however, they look really good. The other stuff is basically like this because it has to give the old RPG feel. Much like Neverwinter Nights and stuff like that. We are on a mission right now, which is the Battle of Echo Call Crossing. And we have to also take the Outer Valley. We basically have to take a lot of land, and we have to do that, and I'll show you this icon right here. We have to do that within 8 days of game time. So we are gonna head out right here, and we are gonna go to the Scarlet Chorus camp, which takes 2 hours to get there. Take another step and I'll pin your foot to the dirt. Let's talk with him. Let's do this. He's right, the edict will kill us all if the Ascension Hall is not taken. So here we also get some choices depending on our skills. We could have done this if our subterfuge was higher, or we can choose to do the athletics. And well, yeah, let's do that actually. So we gained some skill experience for the athletics skill. It seems like all of our skills go up individually, so that's something to keep in mind while doing this stuff. So there's a lot of story in this game like this. There's another story part right here. Let's do this. And there's a lot of stuff to click as well. We can also try to read the scroll, but we don't have enough lore for that. So it seems to be like a really old school RPG. That's basically what this is. And I really love those, so I might be a little biased here. Oh, we actually found something. There's something purple right there, which might be something handy. It's Rot Spear. Enraged Affliction, +4 might. So here we are for some combat. I have chosen to save a prisoner to get some information out of him. And in return we had to do a trial by combat to save him, which is fair, I guess. It was their prisoner after all, but yeah. So let's end this conversation and let's head right into the combat right here. Now, I actually did pause the game here, so that's quite handy to have, because this can be quite chaotic. You can pause the game anytime by hitting the spacebar, and you can also unpause it by hitting the spacebar. And you have your little combat log right here, and your party is right over here. Now, I don't want to fight with my companions. I usually just let them fight on their own, but I'm gonna give them instructions to fight him and him, and I'll be fighting the middle guy right here. Let's do this. And then you have your skills over here, by the way. We have Quicken, we have Bloodstone, whatever that is. Bloodsoak Stone. Warrior's Respite. Hard Shot. Hard Shot is the javelin attack. You do attack normally, like as in auto attacks, but these skills are way more powerful than your auto attacks will ever be, so yeah. We're just gonna sunder him and hit the space bar. And then watch the spectacle.
You'll have to hit harder than that.
There we go. Let's help our companion out.
If I had kids, they'd be feeling that one.
So yeah, I really like the game so far. I love the combat. It has the retro style combat. It's basically like the old Neverwinter Nights and stuff like that. And I love that game. It's so great. The storyline also is amazing so far. I mean, you see a lot of the conquest stuff that I showed you guys come back into the story, which is really cool. And it makes for a unique story every time you play the game, because if you replay this, then you're bound to pick something else than you had like the first time around. And it gives a way different experience, which I really like. So all in all, I'd say I'm gonna probably be playing this game for a while. It's definitely a recommendation for me. So sadly, this is all the time I have for today. If you like this video, then leave me a like or a comment down below. Sharing is caring, so that would be awesome if you did. And as always, if you haven't already, then hit that subscribe button with all your might. And I'll see you guys in the next Leap of Faith. Bye!